Hello dear fellow bullet journalists, welcome back to yet another bullet journaling video here on our channel. It's that time of the month where we plan for the upcoming month in our bullet journal, and this time I'm going with a strawberry banana smoothie theme. These days the weather has been so hot, that's why I decided to go with the really bright colors. So I started off the camera by showing you guys the sketch for this, and as you might have seen that for my cover page I've drawn a jar filled with smoothie and toppled with a strawberry and some banana slices. Now as I'm coloring inside the jar, I'm also leaving some spaces. So for why I'm doing this is because in some of these left spaces I'm going to use a lighter color, and for others I will use a bit darker color so that my drawing can give off a shaded look. So for the darker shade, I'm going to use a brownish color which goes just right with this pink color. And as I'm doing this, I'm also blending it with pink color, and by doing that, the shaded parts will not look like different portions and will give my drawing an even look. For the lighter shade, I'm using a really very light pink color, and same as the darker shade, I'm blending it with the pink. As the color is really light, so I'm coating it again and again to the extent where it looks a bit darker than it really is. After completing all the coloring and shading parts of the smoothie, I'm coloring the toppings of the smoothie. For strawberry, I used red color and of course also left some spaces for shading. And for banana, I used light yellow color. Now for the outlining of the jar, I'm using a light green color, and I think this green color gives it a more defined look and I actually really like it. Now after all the coloring, I'm outlining everything with a black pointer. I'm also adding some extra lines to define the boundaries and also for a more graphic look. After completing the jar, I'm moving to the bowl next to it, which is filled with strawberries. At first, I was going to color it first, but then I thought it would be better to just go with the outlines first and then color it, because I thought it would be easier for me to do shading that way. And honestly saying, I was not wrong at all. It was much easier for me to even color it that way, because for me it's hard to do smaller shading, especially without outlines. So thank God I didn't color it first, because it would have been a disaster. Anyways, so now for the leaves, I'm going to use a fine tip dark green marker. After that, I'm just doing further outlining and shading for the strawberries. For the bowl, I'm using the same green color I used before, and for the shading, I'm using another lighter shade of green. And by the way, for the past 2 months journals, I've been using green a lot. For this one, I didn't wanted to use green, but still ended up using it. I don't know why I keep using it. I hope it's not only me, right? Comment down if you also have a color which you keep using in your journals. Mine is definitely green. So now moving on to bananas, I'm using lighter and darker shade of yellow. For the shading, I used darker shade of yellow, and for the peeled banana, I only used light yellow color. Now for the shading, I'm using that light pink color. Now I'm doing the outlining of the bananas. After that, I'm just casually drawing circles beside my drawings. There's actually no particular reason. I just wanted to, because by doing that, the page looks more filled and it also looks more fresh and cute. So now I'm writing June. First, I just outline the bright boundaries with light green, and for the rest, I'm going to color it with pink. I drew a circle beside it as well. After that, I just outlined the boundaries. At the bottom, I just drew an instruction paper. Now in one of the circles, I'm writing strawberry banana smoothie. In the end, I'm doing some further shadings with a white gel pen. And now the cover page is complete. Now moving to the calendar page. So for the calendar page, I drew an order sheet. I remember playing a game called Papa's. There were many versions of this game like Papa's Pizzeria, Papa's Burgeria, and many more. I'm sure many of you had also played that game because that game was really popular. Comment down if you know the game and if you have ever played it. So basically, I drew my inspiration from that game. So the order sheet has these different sections in which you place order orderly from top to bottom. In first section, I will write 06 because June is the 6th month and I left the next section empty. In the third section, I drew strawberry and banana. In the fourth, I drew banana syrup. Just like that, I drew different things in further sections according to my cover page. You might be wondering why I wrote M in the section above the calendar. It's because in the game you have the option to choose the size of the cup. So that's why I drew 3 sizes of the cups and also colored the middle one indicating medium, and that is the reason why I wrote M beside it. In the order sheet, I made a section for the calendar which I colored yellow to make it prominent and different from others. Now I'm just going to outline the sheet. After completing the sheet, now again to fill the rest of the page, I'm going to draw circles beside the sheet. This time I'm not going to color inside it. Now I'm going to make small circles from all the colors I used in this theme to show all the colors that I've used or which I'm going to use in further spreads of this month. Now just like that, my cover page and calendar page is complete. Now moving to the habit tracker page or mood tracker page. This is the mood tracker page. So this time I am drawing the mood tracker in circle. In the center I drew the same smoothie jar that I drew on the cover page. I did the same things that I've done on the cover page, and because I had to fit the jar drawing between the small circle, it was hard for me to color it, especially the top part of the jar because the space was too small, and the strawberry and banana topping was also really tiny. But because I had drawn it once in the cover page, so I had quite a clear idea on how to manage it, so it came out looking really cute and it fits really well in the circle mood tracker. Now after completing the jar, I'm outlining the circle. I made 30 sections in the circle to track my everyday mood this month. At the bottom, I'm making a rectangular box in which I'm going to make another rectangular box and will draw some sections inside it to fill with colors. And in the future, according to these colors, I will fill up my mood tracker. I've not yet decided the mood for every color, but will let you know on our Insta page. To see that, please follow our Insta page. The link to our Insta page will be mentioned in the description below, so please check it out. And so I'm also drawing the circles again, but this time I'm also filling them. I also drew strawberries and bananas to fill up the page. I just drew 3 strawberries and 2 bananas, but you can draw as many as you can. After drawing the fruits, I drew some more random circles on random sides of the page. This also depends on you, that how many circles you want to add. And yeah, it also depends on the page. My page is not that big, but if your page is big, then you can even add more, or you can also draw some bigger ones. The only thing that matters is that you're satisfied with it. Just do what you like and try to add your style in your drawings. Honestly saying, I still don't know what's my style yet, but I'm trying to find it, so find yours as well. And I think finding your style is really important in art, so try new things and draw them the way you want. Now here's a tip to fill up the empty spaces. If your page looks really empty and you want to add something more but don't know what to add, try using these small exclamation doodles on sides of the page where you feel it looks really empty. These really helps to fill up the page and looks just right with almost everything. Try using them. So now my mood tracker page is complete. Now moving to the habit tracker page. For habit tracker, I'm drawing the same order sheet for every habit that I drew on the calendar page, but I'm going to change some things, and I'm also going to use different colors for every habit tracker. To track that I did or I didn't, I will use the colors that I used to fill up 2 big boxes above the calendar section, and for every tracker I'm going to change these colors. For example, the first tracker is the water, so if I had drank the amount of water I've decided to drink in a day, I will use yellow to mark that day, and if I had not drank that amount of water, so I will mark that day with pink. And as I'm going to use different color for every tracker, so for that, in one box I wrote did, and in the other box I wrote didn't, so that I don't mess up the colors or confuse the colors with others. Now same as the calendar page, I'm going to draw the boundaries of the circles, but I'm not going to color inside them. I wrote habit between the trackers, and mistakenly I wrote B twice, so please ignore that if you can. Now and then I'm drawing some cute doodle exclamations, and I'm also shading the habit that I wrote. And just like that, the setup video is coming to its end. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel. Bye.